Okay, theoretically, this should be working now. That was painful. Down there. It's a bit smaller. New window. Which doesn't affect anything. Awesome. Okay. This is working properly, boys and girls. Hyborian Encounters is live now. Alright. Hey, how's it going? I don't have a Twitch stream, Ross. I barely get my frickin' YouTube to work, apparently. Spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out how to use XSplit again. But we're up now, so that's good. I got a beer, because that's what I told you guys to do, was to bring a beer, so I brought a beer. Not sure what latency's going to be like on here, but it is what it is. We're drinking Lost Souls, which is a pumpkin porter, Parallel 49 Brewing Company. Give us a shot. I don't have my skulls turned on, so we will give this a shot, see how she is, and just tell you how many skulls it's worth. But it is all about the skulls of my enemies. Although I do have my skull cup, but hey, whiskey's good. What kind of whiskey are you drinking there, Ross? Bit of hit on there, because everyone knows that watches my channel I cannot pour beer to save my life. I got 90% of the stuff set up I wanted to get set up. There's a couple things I wanted to have set up that's not, but is what it is. Still not sure if I really like Roll20 or not. So I'm going to try and do this thing in here. And I don't think my actual chat on my stream is working properly, so let's see if I can fix that quickly. Bear with me, boys and girls. I think it's just boys on, but that's okay. YouTube.com. Can you guys hear me, I assume? Creator Studio. Live streaming. Events. This is hard. Edit live control room. Let's go there. Alright. Let me pop this bad boy out. Is my volume good and everything? A year. Man, doesn't take a year to drink a bottle of whiskey, man. You're drinking too slow. Copy. Close. Alright, let's see if we can get this chat thing figured out. Chrome chat. Alright. Delete, paste, apply. There we go. And that is why I like XSplit, because it actually freaking works when you want to change something like that. I mean, all it took me forever to get my thing set up. It doesn't matter. When I got my shit to work, my shit worked. I swear a little bit. Sorry, boys and girls. I'm going to try my porter now. Solid 3 skulls of my enemies. I tend to drink Irish whiskies and a few scotches here and there, which I guess you know if you've watched my channel at all. But let's talk about combat, because that's what we're here for, right? I'm going to switch over to Roll20, so I'm probably not going to see your chat messages right away. So if you guys want to ask me questions, do so, and I'll get back to chat every once in a while and see what's going on. I'm going to close that. So here's the arena. I got Octavian here. He's got a couple things set up in Roll20. He's got his 12 points of vigor and 9 points of resolve. And I've also set up a little character sheet for him in theory. There we go. Characters, Octavian. So this character sheet's already built into the Roll20 thing. One of the guys went ahead and built it. It's got a couple things I'd love to fix, but I'm not really looking to pay for. Excuse me, Roll20 account, because I'm cheap. I've got a Fantasy Grounds account, and I've got a Conan rule set that is largely completed, built on the Jolly GM's work, JC Locke over at the Conan Group. I've just taken that and added some more coding and stuff to it. But this has the same kind of basic functionality where I've got my agility 11, my expertise is 1, so my target number is going to be 12, focus of 1. Click on that, say I want to roll 5 dice. It'll do so, and the chat will tell me that I rolled 2 successes for acrobatics, and it'll tell me if there's a focus where it's below my focus roll, it'll highlight as green, so you have to add it in yourself so you know. The one thing I wanted to do before we started, which I didn't get a chance to do, was I wanted to make a momentum track, but I never got around to it. Damn it! I wanted a way to illustrate struggles better, but I just didn't. I ran out of time. Such is my life, I guess. I need to be a pro member, Ross, to modify the sheets as far as I know. My biggest complaint is that I have to buy $9.99 per month membership, which isn't out of line with what we're doing. I just don't like that I can't buy it straight out, that I have to pay that forever. And I'm doing that right now for Fantasy Grounds, but if I really got into it and I really wanted to run games, I could just drop the $119 and be done with it forever. And that is attractive. It is also, I think, a more functional piece of software. I spent, I don't know, like 25 minutes last night trying to get my camera to work inside Roll20, and I couldn't get it to work. It was pointing at my XSplit broadcaster, and I finally found a thread that said that everyone has that problem. If you have XSplit installed, it points at the XSplit broadcaster, and you can't get it to go to your camera. So you have to use an external piece of software to do it anyways, like Google Hangouts. If I'm doing that anyhow, I get no bonus from using Roll20. So it's simple. I like that. It's just I guess I'm not a simple guy sometimes, and I want to do things it can't do. But that being said, back to here. This is the free account. I got my Doom set up here. Oh, you guys can't read it. Damn it. Hang on. Let me see if I can fix that so we can see what it actually is. Let's move it down a little bit. Like I said, this is the first time I've ran this, so see how things look. How does that look on the stream? Wait for that to come down. I think we should be able to see it this time. Yeah, okay. So I was messing around with this, so this should be 3. Because we have one PC, he has 3 fortune points, so I should start with 3 doom points. He has no momentum, and I'm just going to track them with these 2 tokens. And that's how things are going to roll in this combat example. I've also got on XSplit, I've got the momentum spends, which I'm going to drop up here. So we can pop those up so we can see what the momentum spends are, because I think we want to play with the how you can spend momentum to make combat more interesting, which is part of what this video is going to be about. So drop back over to here. Those icons are actually freely available online from, I think, game-icons.net. They got a whole bunch on there, so I just grabbed those because they're free. Well, actually, we're doing that. So icons, generally they're from game-icons.net, game-icons. Hang on, see what that actually is. Game-icons.net. Yeah, so game-icons.net are where those icons came from. So they're free. The map I'm using is from 2 Minute Tabletop. He has a Patreon site, and I participate in that, and he has lots of cool maps he's drawn and props and all that kind of stuff, so that's all from there. The Octavian figure in this one, who's the prototypical barbarian, is from a set I bought off Drive-Thru. I don't remember the exact link, but I'll put it below. It's not horribly expensive. There's a bunch of cool guys in there. Everything else in here is just icons I got from searching. Oh, excuse me. except for the one big bad guy who I got from the same pack I got the Barbarian from. So I'll put all those links below if anyone's interested in them. Well, not the free ones because I just got them off the search of Roll20. So it is what it is. So let's see if I can make this Roll20 thing work, right? So, like I said, we're going to go back to my journal here, and I'm going to drop a wolf minion, I hope. Hopefully everything works properly on here. So it's my wolf minion. I got a couple of little basic things here that give me my stats. So if I click on NPC stats, select the guy first. I got my basic rolls I need to make. So in one of my blog posts, I talk about how to make things really small so you can write things down really fast and access the information quickly. And in there I use a system where I don't bother writing down agility, awareness, intelligence, brawn, all that stuff, combat. Like I just write down melee and an 11/1, so I know that I need to roll under 11 or under and 1 for the focus. And then parry's the same thing, range is the same thing, although I have no range on any of these guys because this isn't going to be a ranged battle. But it's a really simple way to see things, and if we were to look at one of the tokens, did I delete them? I might have deleted them. Let's find out. Yeah, so I have, this is the remainder of one in here where I just have the weapon because I didn't get around to getting the weapons in there. So this is bite, reach is 1, 3 combat dice damage, grappling, unforgiving 1, snarl, which is the threat attack. Put that down there. So providing that guy even gets an attack, right? So save changes. That won't change save anyways, but whatever. So Octavian is the player character, so Octavian gets to go first as always. Octavian can use a minor action to move to a close range or a standard action to move pretty far. So he doesn't see any reason to actually run in there and attack that wolf. So Octavian's turn is going to be, he's going to move into this zone. And he's going to wait for that wolf to do whatever the wolf wants to do. So the wolf, being a wolf, he's going to spend his standard action. And he's going to go and charge in at Octavian. But because he used the standard action to charge forward, he cannot attack. So again, that makes it Octavian's turn. So as we gathered, Octavian is going to hit that wolf with his sword. I think I gave him a cutlass, but I don't remember exactly. But we'll find out. So Octavian, let's go to his dude here, his character sheet. So he has, he's a cutlass, vicious 1. He's going to roll melee. This wolf is a minion, so he cannot react. So let's roll some dice. Let's roll 4 dice. So we're going to add 2 doom to the pool for buying the dice. So we'll submit that. We will get rid of this. Go to here. I got a good hit there, eh? So 5. So see, I rolled a 1, a 4, a 9, and a 10. So that's 5 successes. So that's 4 points of momentum. That's pretty good. Go back to my character sheet here quick. My cutlass has 5 plus 2, so 5, 6, 7 combat dice worth of damage. So let's roll that up. Submit. I don't know if that actually works or not. Yeah, so looks like my little table works. So I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage. The wolf has no soak. And if we go to here, no, I didn't write this down anywhere. Yeah, I didn't write it down anywhere. Damn it. That's going to be a problem for later. But I got the stats handy here. So the wolf has 0 soak, and he only has 5. So that's going to kill that wolf right off the bat. And that's the end of that round. Let's just get rid of him. So that's the end of that round. End of the round. Momentum goes down by 1. I'm just going to open up my other sheet here. So does that combat make basic sense against minions? It's pretty simple against minions. They can't do very much. All right, there's my summary sheet up so that you guys can see it, but back to the chat window here. All right, so good. Things pretty simple then. We'll close that one down. So the next guy, Octavian, has to fight in the arena of death. I'm going to throw a gladiator at him. He's a toughened gladiator. He's come to the same place as the wolf did. Back to here, NPC stats. Sure, that's actually visible. So you can see his stats are on the screen here. So he needs 11 to hit and a focus of 2. So 11 or under to get a success, and 2 or under gives him 2 successes. Parry is the same, and this guy can parry. This guy's going to be, well, Conan's turn. I mean Octavian. Yeah, Octavian, not Conan. He just looks like Conan, so I get confused. So he can move wherever he wants, pretty much. He's going to spend his minor action to move here. And if he had a ranged weapon, he'd use it to throw at that guy. But I don't have a ranged weapon because I didn't want to bother with those in this particular engagement, so let's not bother. This guy will do the same thing. He'll move up to here for his minor action. That'll be the end of his turn. So the end of the turn, again, end of the round, momentum goes down by 1. Octavian runs in, using a minor action to go to close, and attacks the gladiator. The gladiator is going to try and parry. So we got 2 points of doom, or momentum rather, so get rid of those. Use them to roll 4 dice. So melee, 4, submit. So let's go to that. Back to here. So I got 4 successes. So 4 successes. We're going to add a token on here, maybe. Let's grab that. We use this for our struggles, just because it'll be easy to figure it out. Hopefully. Oop, did I screw that up? Can you guys still see everything? Okay, so we're going to use that little trophy as our struggle. Back to roll 20 here. Let's go back to here. So I got 4 successes, and one difficulty is through momentum for our PC. The gladiator is going to roll. Sorry about that. Let's roll 3 dice. That gives him 2. And his stats were 11 and 2, so we got a basic Conan roll here. So 5 dice, 11, 2. He gets 2 successes. Pretty bad roll for him. 1 point of momentum. So the PC wins the struggle and has 2 points of momentum left. So he gets to use 2. That's good for Octavian, bad for the gladiator. So Octavian is going to roll damage now. Roll damage. Submit. close. So 3 points, 1 for the actual things, and then 3 effects. The effects are vicious 1, so that's another 3, so that's 6 points of damage that we did to him. So we've got 2 points of momentum, so 6 points of damage. If we spend 1 of those on piercing, we get 2 points of piercing. The Berserker is wearing medium armor and has a soak of 2, so that's a good spend for us. Yeah, so we're going to do that. That's going to be 1 point of momentum, and we also missed with 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. So we're going to spend another point of momentum to re-roll those 4 dice. So how does this work? 4 T, let's go slash. Man, I don't know where this table tip works. 4D, so is it like slash 1D20 4T combat dice? Is that how it works? Nope. Let's just go to my table and roll it. Okay, 4 T. Sorry, I don't know how to work if you use Roll20 very well. I might just roll the dice here if I can't figure this out. Oh wait, let's try this. All right. So 3, 4, 5, 4 points of damage. So initially we did 3, 6 points of damage. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage total with piercing 2. That's actually 11 points of damage to him. And he's a toughened opponent, so he's going to run forward, and as he comes forward, Octavian is going to swing his mighty sword, his cutlass. He's going to do 11 points of damage, which is going to reduce his vigor to 0, which is going to cause a wound. He's going to do more than 5 points of damage. That's going to cause another wound, and that's going to kill that gladiator as well. It's a tough, tough world these days, man. I lost my chat here, 2 seconds. Let's go back to here, see if that gets it back to us. All right. So that was a toughened opponent. Again, these guys aren't super, super strong. The 2 wounds makes them actually pretty weak. As soon as you do a lot of damage... Oh, I'm on the wrong thing again. I wonder if it doesn't work. I want to be on here. There, that makes sense. Roll all over the place here. Didn't actually lose my chat. Anyways, so the toughened guys only have the 2 wounds, so they are not all that tough. If you do a lot of damage to them, they're going to give you 2 wounds, and you're going to kill them. If you have a weapon with intense, you're going to roll that single wound, and the intense is going to cause another wound, and that's going to end that guy's life pretty quickly. I'm still in the wrong place. Man, apparently it's hard to use the internet, people. It's hard. I've got the right stuff up now. I understand what's going on. Apparently I should either drink more or practice this stuff more. Streaming stuff, man, it's hard, man. I'm trying to get video quick-ish with minimal effort. It turns out to be a lot of effort in the end. So Octavian's still alive. He's taking, like, no one's even swung at the guy yet. The wolf rushes up, he cuts him down, and then the gladiator comes running in, and again, Octavian raises his cutlass and just slashes him from, like, chin down to groin He falls to the ground dead. Get rid of that guy. Delete. So one of the monster in here. Monster. I got a veteran. So now, oh, his numbers didn't come up. Damn it. Hang on. Probably didn't set this guy up properly. Remember that part where I was in a hurry? 12 and 10. Save changes. Okay. Let's see that guy's stats work. That'd be handy if they do. They do work. Awesome. So this is a veteran. He's got a battle axe. We still have 2 points of doom. We're going to spend one right away. He's watched this from the sidelines. He's watched Octavian just decimate the things thrown against him. I'm going to spend 1 point of doom, and I am going to make sure he has no momentum because another turn went by. Seize initiative. Use a minor action to move to here. Use a major action to attack him. A standard action. I have 1 point of doom, so we'll roll 3d20. Octavian will attempt to parry. 12 and 3. 3 successes. Octavian's going to buy... We should have done this first. Octavian's going to buy, say, 4 dice. Should always say how many dice you're going to buy previous to actually rolling them. Octavian's parry is down in coordination. 4 dice. Submit. That. Alright, so let's come back into here. Let's delete these. So Octavian has 3 successes. Oh, and a complication. So you can do a couple things there. Talk about that in 2 seconds. 3 successes. 3 successes. Difficulty is 2. 2 points momentum. Oh wait, 2. I'm reading it wrong. So that's 1 point of momentum. And then this guy gets 3 successes, which is 2 points of momentum. Good typing skills. 2 points of momentum. So Octavian actually... We also got a complication. If your gym's lazy and boring like I am, the easiest thing to do is to give this guy 2 more doom. Gives him 7. Which means he's probably going to screw Octavian up a little bit here. So let's roll some dice. Alright, summary tells me that my Nemesis has a battle axe, which does 6 combat dice worth of damage. It's intense, and it's vicious 1. So, slash roll, 6 table, combat dice. So 1, so 3, 4, 5 points of damage. So our best bet now is to, the easiest thing for him to do to cause damage to Octavian is to buy some points of piercing. So when he hits Octavian, I roll my die here, in the left leg. Octavian has no armor on the left leg, so piercing is not really that useful. So we got 1, 2, 3. So let's spend a point of doom and re-roll those dice. Roll 3 of them. Oh, it's 5 points of damage. 6 points of damage. 6. 79, 10, 11. So he does 11 points of damage to Octavian. So that's, oh, well, I'm on Wi-Fi, maybe that's why. I don't know. Hopefully you guys didn't miss too much. So 11 points of damage to Octavian is bad for Octavian. It's not quite enough, though. So if you're like a dick GM, and you're like, I want to make my player hurt. I want to make him know that combat is actually deadly in this game, that he's not unstoppable. What happens if I spend 2 points here and go from 11 points of damage to 12 points of damage? Oh, Octavian goes to 0. Octavian takes a wound for receiving more than 5 points of damage in a single round. Octavian takes a wound for having his vigor drop to 0 or taking damage when his vigor is 0. Octavian takes a wound because the veteran's weapon is intense. So now Octavian's turn, and his difficulty is going to be 4 for his attack. He has no momentum. He's going to try and roll 5 dice. So we're going to add 3 points onto here. In fact, better idea. Octavian don't want to die. Octavian don't want to die. Octavian's going to spend 2 points of fortune. So that gives Octavian four successes on the attack already. So that's 4 dice he's rolled. So he's going to roll 1 more. 5. He's going to roll his attack. The other guy will attempt to defend with, say, 5 dice as well. May as well. Octavian's going to roll his attack. We're going to roll 3 dice for it. We're going to go submit. Close that. We're going to count his successes. 1, 2, 3. From the roll, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because of the fortune, 7 total successes is not momentum. He is wounded with 3 wounds, so his difficulty is 4. Gives him 3 points of momentum. 4 minus 3, or 7 minus 4 is 3. We're going to roll 3 extra dice here, drops him to 2. This guy's stats are parry is 9-1. 9, number of dice, 9's wrong. 9, 1. 5 successes, difficulty 1 on the parry is 4. And that means that Octavian fails to attack. The veteran turns away his blow and gains momentum. And with a mighty war cry and spending the last 3 points, his axe crashes down towards Octavian. Octavian attempts to block with all. He's going to spend his last fortune point and then buy the rest of them. Parry. So he's going to roll 4 dice. So we get 3, 4, 5 successes. Hey, what happened to my thing? Apparently I deleted my struggle thing here. Back to here. So 3, 4, 5 successes. Five successes. This guy is attacking with 3 points of doom, so he's going to roll basic Conan roll here. Actually, wrist stats, BC stats, 12 and 3, 5, 12, 3, 3 successes. Now we're going to go back and modify his momentum we just generated for Octavian, though. So 3 successes. However, 1 difficulty, 2. Octavian has difficulty of 4. So his momentum is 1. So that's 1 point of momentum. After the struggle is complete, which goes to the veteran, whose axe swings down in a deadly, deadly arc. Octavian attempts to feebly turn it away, but he's just too injured. 6, table, combat, dice. So the blow crushes down on Octavian's right leg and does 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage. Being unarmored on his leg is bad for Octavian. Octavian takes more than 4 points of damage in a round. Or more than 5 points of damage in a round. 4 wounds. Octavian takes damage when he has 0 vigor. 5 wounds. The veteran's axe crushes Octavian and he falls to the ground, lifeless. Man, our hero died. That's not good. My camera's all kind of bright too. So bright in here right now. It's hard to get it working properly. There we go. Save. I look better now. So bad for Octavian. Bad for Octavian. We were really, really mean. After the first, we could have probably killed Octavian in 1 round. We could have spent momentum on a swift action. And he could have swung with his axe again, probably, and crushed him. But, we didn't. Doesn't matter. Octavian's still lost. The pits claim another victim. Veteran moves back. Back to art here. I got one of these things installed. Monsters, markers. Oh no, I don't. I don't. Dead body. Oh, it's just dry body. This guy here, Dungeon Genie, is some of the guys I got. Let's use that. Delete. And there, Octavian's dead. His reign of terror finally stopped in the gladiatorial arena. Does anyone else have anything they want to mention here? Any questions? Any comments? Is it all relatively clear? Wasn't a lot of momentum spends just because combat happens so fast quite often in this game. Oop. Maybe everyone left. You still here, Ross? Or did you get bored? Oops, back to here. Well, that being said, that's a pretty basic combat. Little bit of momentum spending. Nothing hugely exciting, I guess. We can come back to roll 20 here. Uninjured. Get rid of that. Make Octavian alive again. Represents Octavian. I thought I added stuff to here. No, it doesn't matter. 12, 12, 9, 9, 5, 0. Save changes. Sure that's what it is. 12, 9. Awesome. So Octavian lives again. Doom is 3. Momentum is 0. Struggle is 0, 0, 0. I'm going to call this struggle. Show nameplate. Melee was 12 and 3. And we will try and parry with 3 dice as well. 12 and 3. How many dice did I roll? 5. So 3 successes. Then the attack is difficulty 2. Difficulty 1 rather, so 2 points of momentum. Octavian attempts to parry with 5 dice as well. So Octavian gets 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three. Octavian successfully parries, has 1 extra momentum. But that is the end of the turn. Momentum goes down by 1, so it goes to 0. Octavian again has guard, so he will attempt to attack. Again, roll 5 dice. Goes to 11 for Doom. He will attempt to parry to 8. 5 dice. 9, 1. 9. Submit. Oh crap, cancel. Cancel. 5. Submit. 9. Submit. 1. Submit. 3 successes. Difficulty of 1. Gives the parry 2 momentum. Octavian is rolling 5d20 versus difficulty 2. For 5 successes. Difficulty 2 is 3. Remainder of 1, that remains the same. However, it's Octavian's, 1 point of momentum. So he wins. So Octavian gets to roll damage. So he does a lot of damage. 7, 8, 9 points of damage. One point of momentum. So it's probably his best bet is to spend that momentum on piercing. 1 point of momentum for piercing gives you 2 points of piercing. So if he had light armor, no matter where you hit him, it would still do 9 points of damage. 9 points of damage removes this to 0. Just give him 1 wound. 5 or more damage in a round, 2 wounds, killing the spearman finally. But the important thing to realize here, the example, is that when you're fighting guys who have guard who are ready for you and they have a longer weapon, it's harder to attack them. Conversely, if you spend your momentum and you break their guard, you get in past the point of their weapon, it's easier. So the difficulty doesn't go down, but you get an extra d20. So when you're attacking a guy with guard and your reach is different and they have a longer reach than you, difficulty is up by 1. If you break their guard and get in on them, difficulty goes down. Doesn't go down at all. You get a plus 1 d20. If you guys are fighting and you break this guy's guard, take that off. If he wants to regain guard, he can spend a minor action to roll a parry test. We'll roll 3 dice. His parry skill is 9 and 1. He's fighting against a guy that has a reach of 2, so his difficulty 2. 0 successes, so he fails to regain his guard. Remains in combat. If he succeeded, he would be able to come out of combat in the same zone, and he'd be able to regain his guard. And I might do a whole little video about that. I don't know. We'll see. I think I've probably been talking enough on here. I think I'm the only one left. So, anyways, this is another example of the Hyborian Encounters combat concept. Conan has some pretty cool combat ideas. They can happen fast. People can die quickly. We saw Octavian fall in 2 rounds. I put an example on Conan Gaming Group on Google Plus, or Conan Roleplay in Google Plus, where our hero died in a single round of combat. It can happen. But anyways, I'm out of beer, and I'm done talking, I think, so hopefully that was informative for anyone watching this, and you guys have a good weekend. I'll probably be back tomorrow to talk about what's up this week in gaming, and I got a new name for that little segment, because what's up is freaking boring, man. Like, totally. But anyways, that's it. I'm out. Hope you all enjoy this. Hope you guys can still hear me. Hopefully I can figure out to turn on my broadcaster.